Hi.
Welcome to Milwaukee if you're not from here, and welcome back to Ponyville Ciderfest if you've been here before or if you live in Milwaukee. This is a panel called So What? Because not every pony knows how to sew. Not every pony owns a sewing machine. But that doesn't mean you can't make some really awesome cosplays. So we're going to talk to you about how we do that, give you some secret tips and tricks. We are all grand champion cosplayers, and we win lots of things with lots of crazy methods. So as you can see, this is from G5, the new movie. If you haven't seen it already, it's really fun. Glad we're getting to see some new ideas coming into the fandom. And none of this was sewn, obviously. Who can guess what this is made out of? Raise your hand if you think you have a guess. Go ahead. Okay? Kinda. Anybody else have a guess? Something you're being okay? Ready? You ready for it? Ready for it? They're gonna be shocked. They're gonna work with say it. Toilet plunger! Now you can see it. You can buy toilet plungers from the dollar store. And you can cut off the wood part of the toilet plunger. Then you can get a ping pong ball. In our case, we did 3D print this one. But if you wanted to use a ping pong ball, super easy. Ping pong balls can be cut right into. You can go on Amazon. They have these things called finger lights for raves. Super cheap. You can get like a gazillion of them for a couple bucks. Stick one of those in there, flip it on. You gotta light up. Magnificent thing. In our case, we LED lit this with a wire down with the inner switch because we can't get fancy. So this is a note to So What panel. And you can use the finger thing instead. Or you can LED light it and have a switch underneath. Little gems glued on, spray painted, some tape that gets spray painted too, and you have something that stops unicorns from reading your mind. Huzzah! This little doohickey, ski goggles. My mates thought they wanted to be a skier at one point in their life. These have been sitting in our closet for about 5 years. Time to repurpose them, right? So get out the unused ski goggles. Cardboard from all the Amazon shopping I've done during quarantine. Giant googly eyes, because you didn't want to buy these, you could just draw them on with marker. And you have periscopes to hunt for all of those flying creatures. Right? Like you. And you. My backpack. Cardboard. Balloons. Didn't make balloons yet or that. Unless you got really magical brought that look. Because I don't know helium. Old backpack. Looks like junk. Makes a better escape path. And there you have a G5 prop set. And is it mic work? Oh, our mic works now. She doesn't have to have her loud voice box like me.
Okay, so let's start at the bottom and head to the top. So shoes and socks were really simple. That was just an Amazon find. You can do a lot with like thrifting at Amazon and just, finding what already exists. Let's see. Then we've got like a cotton t-shirt material for the dress. And this was sewn, but it was only like a simple running stitch. The one where it just goes in and out, in and out, in and out. All done by hand. And then to cover my really, really messy stitching, we took this, shoelaces? Was it originally shoelaces?
It's a really long shoelace cord, and you can buy that's not pre-cut the shoelace size. It comes out of
that for the trim over here, and trim up here. And then we started out making this a bit too long. So we cut it off and used that material for the wings. And the wings were hand sewn. And then, as you can see, we put the little trim around to, once again, cover the horribly messy stitching.
Exposed.
Pretty much, you can do the same with some glue. Iron on patches, because nobody likes to sew a patch, let's be real. It's a pain in the butt. And then we fluffed the wings, because originally they were going to be flat, but we decided, A, that didn't look good, and B, I want some back support for these con chairs. They're mildly comfortable, but, you know. Huh? Oh, yeah, and the ears. The ears were carved out of like that green floral foam, and then we covered them with felt with some glue, so this wasn't sewn on. And they're currently safety pinned onto my wig, so no sewing there. Yeah, what else do I talk about?
The wires in your wings allow them to bend.
Oh yeah, bendy wires. They're a little bent out of shape right now, so ignore that. I've been sitting on them all time. And yeah, that's kind of about it for this costume. It was really simple and really comfy. And I don't know, I think it's pretty cute. I hope you agree. That's about it. That's all I got. It's early.
Hello, every pony and every creature. I guess I'll just start from the bottom and work my way up again. So these shoes were just plain white before we custom them. And then I took some fabric markers and this. And then when I was doing the fabric markers, we taped off the bottom to make sure that we didn't get any marker on the shoe. And you can't tell because it's coming off right now, we have to redo it. But then we taped up the rest of the shoe and spray painted the bottoms gold, with like a gold spray paint. And so this is basically all fabric marker, and we took some rainbow string and we laced it up and replaced the laces with this. That took a long time. Then for these shorts, I believe these were either from Amazon or Party City. They were just plain gold shorts. And then we took some rainbow, almost like a belt kind of material. I think we found it at Joann's, and we lined the sides. And then we thrifted this military jacket, and we added our own patches to it. And I have this Wonderbolt in here that I actually got from one of these conventions, and I just have it over here. This is just a blue tank top, nothing special. Yes. We actually fabric glued it. Yeah, we fabric glued it. And also on the jacket. Yeah. The thing about doing it on a jacket though is like normally this would stretch out and close, but since we did that, it no longer closes. Since we like attached it to where it would stretch, it doesn't stretch anymore. Which is the downside of doing something on something like this.
You just have to keep in mind what material you're using, whether it has stretch or not as well.
And for the ears, I was playing with the foam and the felt, and we got a rainbow wig, and we styled it and cut it ourselves. A lot of hairspray did this area. I didn't have time to touch it up this morning because I was late and very late, so this is what it is. But this took a lot of hairspray. We had to like cut it a lot to get it to look like Rainbow Dash. Yep. We have collapsible wig heads that are like made of plastic, and you put them together and you can take them apart really easily. So that's what we use when we
You can
travel.
buy them on Amazon. Collapsible wig heads. They're great for traveling.
Yes.
I'll go in.
And we also do have foam wig heads, which we bought. They sell them at Joann's. And those are for the wigs that we're like not planning on bringing to conventions, and we'll just store them on our shelves at home in our cosplay closet.
If you don't have to debunk this, our wigs do not stay that
by the end of this convention, this wig is gonna look terrible. That wig is going terrible. All the wigs are
I
gonna look
disagree.
terrible. It's a matter of restyling them before they're seen again.
So, yeah, we use wig conditioner, yeah. Where can we get that from?
Wig spray.
Wig spray, everything's on Amazon.
It's all on Amazon.
Oh my god.
And,
You don't have to go to any such thing.
and for brushing them out, because sometimes they will get like tangles, yeah. Start at the ends and don't use like an actual like hairbrush. Try to use like a pick or like a comb type thing. Yes. Because or else it will like actually start pulling out the hair and you don't want a bowling wig. I also want to say you can keep your wigs pretty nicely. I disagree with Scootaloo. If you keep them in the bag whenever you're not at a con, they stay nicer. It's still good to comb them out, but like if you just keep them in the net they come in, and in the bag they come in, they stay really pretty nice. So.
Alright, I'm going to talk about Fizzy's outfit because this was a special build of mine. And I've talked about this a few times and I can't get over it because I had COVID last October and I was sick for a whole month, super duper sick. And I was in lockdown and I couldn't leave my bedroom and I was dying, literally. And we had committed to an online con, which was the Windy City online convention 2020, and that's when Fizzy had first made her appearance as a con mascot for that online convention. And I really wanted to be the first Fizzy Glitch cosplay. So, from my sick bed, I got on Amazon, and I had to find stuff that would look like Fizzy Glitch. So I found a white fluffy Christmas tree skirt on Amazon. And I was able to, out of that skirt, kind of make a hole that was bigger in the middle, because the Christmas tree is normally like a smaller slit, that would match her waist. And then for the back of her skirt, to get it to stay together, I just used Velcro. So you can get these strips of Velcro that you can attach to both sides and Velcro them closed in the back. Some of the extra material that I cut off, I made like a second belt out of it. There's two pieces, so that I could hide where I attached the tail. The tail is from the longer part of the tree skirt, the outer part, and this is all just glued together around a coat hanger that I stretched out. And I took the coat hanger, I bent it in one end, so it kind of has a hook that hooks right into the one part of her skirt that you can't see that's covered by this top layer here. And then I'm able to pin, nothing like a wire stuck up her butt. It's not really but it's at her back.
But yeah, it's okay, but it's not.
Yeah. And then I needed more fuzzy. But I didn't need a whole tree skirt fuzzy. So I found a fuzzy pillowcase too. And it was really cheap. And not only that, they came in 2 packs with multiple colors. So I found a purple pillowcase and a teal fuzzy pillowcase. And yep, it's on your legs too. And the skirt, so I found some purple. Oh, actually, I lied. I forgot. No, I know. The purple was actually a fuzzy little rug. And the blue was the pillowcase and the extra white was a pillowcase. But basically, the idea is, I couldn't go to the store.
It's also like.
So I looked on Amazon for colors and textures of materials and regular household objects that I could use and cut up and turn this into something.
It's cheaper than factory.
Yeah, super cheap. Yeah. And then these were some really funky looking leggings that I don't know who would really wear this color of spandex leggings, but they sell them on Amazon.
If you're brave enough, you can wear these in full length legging form in this bright blue. And I cut that all up so I could make her some feetsies. And I stuffed them with some pillow fluff to make them poofy. And I made her little fingertips. And if you look really close, I kind of bent them and glued them so that they have the poofies. Yeah, but that's just all glued on with fabric glue. Same thing out of that same spandex. I'm talking to you. Made the headpiece, and the horn is a combination of some foam glued and pinned together and wrapped with and some of that stuffing wrapped with that same legging. And then the underside of the legging wasn't fuzzy, wasn't shiny. So that made me some stripes, because the back side of it wasn't shiny, so I was made stripes. You have a question?
Yeah. So when you use fabric glue, how much do you use it as a different
Okay, so fabric fusion and the quick dry formula of fabric fusion is a godsend to anybody that can't sew. Fabric fusion quick dry. It literally will dry in like less than a minute.
There's like 20 bottles.
Yeah. Now they have regular fabric fusion that if you're impatient, don't buy, but it also works. But the quick dry fabric fusion will dry in literally a minute or less. And you don't need to use that much. But if you're doing something really fuzzy like this, what I did on the places where I knew I was going to glue two fuzzy pieces is I trimmed the fuzz on both of the parts where I knew I was going to adhere it, so that it wasn't just glued to a bunch of big fat loose fur. I trimmed the parts where I sealed the really fuzzy stuff. I found another freaky deaky legging that had this print on it, and this looked really cool because it looked like the Kieran scales. I think they call this a mermaid print. Cut that up. This is just Velcro too. Velcro, Velcro, no sew. Once again, really sick with COVID, thought I was dying. Tied it around her neck here. And then this was a combination of those pillowcases and the rug.
Because she was sick, she didn't actually measure anything because she was sick and that quarantined. So she actually, like, I think I just sent you the measurements and then you did it all. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah. And then to adhere this to her head, you can just buy fashion tape. And fashion tape is a tape that can adhere fabric to your body. And so, like, you don't have, back in the day, there was what we called the Janet Jackson incident, where she, wasn't that Janet? I'm old. Anyways, there was a Super Bowl where she had a oopsie and things fell out that shouldn't have. You adhere things so they don't. But that's just a little strip of tape that actually is for your skin that holds it to her head. Yeah. Oh yeah, she even does that on her like leggings to help keep them up sometimes. Once again, so you don't just sew anything. Tape. Give a spin, give a little runway walk. Any questions about Fizzy Ledge? No? Oh my question. Oh, right here? Okay, so this is a pre-bought, like really cheap on Amazon. What do you call this? It's a corselet, but they call them corsets inappropriately, yes. Yeah. There's no boning or anything here. It's a really cheap Amazon thing, and it actually like laces up. I'm gonna show you the beer bone in the back. Yeah. And then we added some of that fuzzy material from those pillowcases and tree skirts and all that to make it look Kieran-like. All right. Once again, no so Fizzy Glitch. Give her a round of applause. And give me a round of applause for not dying over COVID. All right. We'll bring Granny up.
Good morning, all. My granny costume is very simple. It's proof that closet cosplay can be effective because most of everything here, actually, the skirt, shirt, and shoes are all thrift store finds. The ears are made like Girl said, out of the green floral foam and covered with felt so that you just glue it on. And my Granny Smith scarf is just an orange piece of fabric, just found it at Walmart. And Hulu painted the apples on it, and
The scarf is the only thing on this costume that was sewn, other than sewing the ears to the wig. And the only part that is sewn on this is the lace trim. And for that, I just did a really simple running stitch, the one where it's just in and out, in and out, in and out, in a really straight line. And then, turn around for me, ready? The apples are painted on with 50-cent acrylic paint from the Walmart craft section. So,